want to get to China and the fact that it is imposing sanctions on 11 U.S. citizens, including Republican Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. This is in retaliation for similar measures imposed by the U.S. on Friday against Hong Kong officials. Jessica Smith is joining us now for more on this. Good morning, Jess. I guess what stood out to me, perhaps most noteworthy, are the names not on this list being sanctioned. What can you tell us?
Right. There are no Trump administration officials on this list. It does include 11 senators, some who have been 11 people, some senators who have been very vocal critics of the Chinese Communist Party and other Americans involved in human rights groups and nonprofits. As you mentioned, this does come after the U.S. sanctioned 11 Hong Kong and Chinese officials last week. So it's more of this tit for tat retaliation that we're seeing between China and the U.S. Senator Marco Rubio did tweet his response saying, last month, China banned me. Today, they sanctioned me. I don't want to be paranoid, but I'm starting to think that they don't like me. So, Alexis, we'll be looking for more of a response from the U.S. As tensions continue to rise between the U.S. and China.
All right, I want to get back to those executive actions now from President Trump, because Democrats are calling what he did unconstitutional. Among other things, it includes another $400 a week in additional unemployment benefits. But this time, I understand states would have to chip in. What else can you tell us about those actions?
Right. He signed 4 measures over the weekend. And first, that jobless aid that you mentioned, it does try to use existing funding to add $400 in unemployment benefits a week, but it does ask the states to cover 25% of that. Now, there's a lot of concern about how this would work, if the states would have the money for it, and if they'd have the infrastructure to put this in place and make this happen. There is a lot of concern over how long this would last. So still quite a few questions to be answered about that jobless aid. He also directed agencies to identify money to provide assistance to renters and homeowners, and he directed HUD to take action to help people avoid evictions and foreclosures, but he did not directly extend that eviction moratorium that expired earlier this summer. We also saw him sign a memo deferring the payroll tax cut for employees who make less than about $104,000 per year. But those people could face a big bill come 2021 if that is not forgiven by legislation. So we'll see what happens there. And then finally, on student loans, he directed the administration to extend what was done in the CARES Act for federal student loans. People don't have to make payments, and they have 0 interest rate until the end of the year.
All right, Jessica Smith, thanks for that.